Hey dude, don't lean on me man, 'cause I'm losing direction and I can't understand. Hey dude, well I do what I can, but you treat me like a woman when I feel like a man. Hey dude, don't lean on me man, 'cause I'm losing direction and I can't understand. Hey dude, something, but you treat me like a woman when I feel like a man. This is an old video. Comics that I got, these ones here. I do most my comic shopping online, on eBay and stuff like that. And I think I might have mentioned this once before, but I have a test to determine if a place is worth looking through. You can do this too. It is a very, very good method for working out the quality of a shop's inventory. Search for issues of Force Works. If they have none, it's not worth your time. They will just have the really obvious stuff. You're probably not going to find that one issue you have wanted for years. If they have the first 7 issues of Force Works, they are maybe worth a look, but don't get your hopes up. If they have issues 8 through to 14, it's pretty average. It's going to have some good stuff hidden away. If they have any issue of Force Works from 15 through to 22, you're going to want to spend a lot of time digging through their stock. I do this with every new store I find on eBay. It is legitimately a great way to test the waters and get a feel for what sort of back catalogue they have. Which leads us to today's seller, which might be my favourite seller on all of eBay. Not only did they have almost every issue of Force Works, they had every issue of War Machine solo series. They had every issue of Excellent Man. They had every issue of Cables. Very little else, but I fucking loved that. It was through them that I got most of these comics. And they even included 2 free bonuses that are like, they have watched me channel and they thought, this will make great content for you, mate. First, we have what I came looking for. Brothers in Arms 1, 2, and 3. Or, as they are more commonly known, Force Works 12, War Machine 15, and Iron Man 317. It was this dumb flipbook 2-in-1 thing that they did. By the way, I do not have every issue of Force Works, if you thought that I did. I have no interest in having them all. I just use Force Works as a barometer for online sellers. And with War Machine 15, I already revealed that this seller had every issue of War Machine, which was very tempting, to be honest. It is not a series you see often in the wild, especially the latter issues. So in this case, I got War Machine 16, as it seems to be the second part of the story in 15. I think this might mean I officially have more War Machine comics than Iron Man ones. After some deliberations and filibusterings, this one issue of Iron Man that I just got sadly makes it so that Iron Man is still in the lead. Superboy now. This is Superboy 2. I told you I automatically needed to get this because Sexy Ivy was in it. There is also a variant for this issue with her on that I really like and want, but it is expensive. I got Superboy 3 as well, and I love this cover with his pet Cosmo. I see this one a lot, and I just appreciate the cover. And then Superboy 4 with some fella on the cover I didn't recognise. I think this series ran to issue 11 until the New 52 killed it, which was a lot longer than I thought. Just realised I need to explain what Brothers in Arms is. This is a first. Gannon back in an all video. This was a short-lived team comprised of Hawkeye, War Machine, and u.s.agent. After Hawkeye's wife died, he quit the Avengers and became gritty and a poor man's version of the DC character Arrow. One of the things that, while dreadfully drawn, was fantastic was that they had Hawkeye and u.s.agent actually become friends. U.s.agent tracked Hawkeye down and talked things through with him, and they just became friends. Hawkeye and War Machine likewise bonded because they both basically hated Iron Man. So now we have these characters together, and it is completely inessential and a team that is totally pointless. But I appreciate that they established this friendship between the three, and not only that, but it actually showed some character growth and evolution in terms of Hawkeye and u.s.agent. Kurt Busey ignored that and undid it, obviously, and had them be rivals again. After this, the Brothers in Arms are in the cross-dressing, and the subplot with them, that is another part of the cross-dressing I honestly like. The relationship between these three characters. They are also joined by Scarlett Johansson. They all basically side with Hawkeye when he is framed for murder because they know that he wouldn't have done it. I am not a cross-dressing apologist. I have to say this every time. It is a terrible story, but there's bits from it that I am happy to say I think were unfairly ignored, abandoned, or retconned. Extra Factors 258. I liked this cover, and I like Wolf's Girl, so I got it. Pretty sure by this point, David Peter had well and truly ran out of stories to tell, but was doggedly continuing the series. Doggedly, because she is a doggy. Excellent Force, -1. Never had this. It gives us a look at the history between the Thunderpath brothers. I admit my Excellent Force collection does have a few gaps after the Jeff Nobles run, And not because I didn't like this stuff. I like a lot of it. And the art by Sam Chang is great. I just didn't have some issues here and there. The next one is going to be controversial. This is Marvel Snapshots, Seaman, and this is a fairly recent comic from Marvel, and you are all entitled to unsubscribe now. I said if I ever bought a new Marvel comic again, that you need to call me a hypocrite and dislike me videos and unsubscribe from my channel. Even worse, I am such a hypocrite that I bought what some people might call a Kurt Busey comic. Here is the excuses, and trust me, I think my excuses are good enough. First, Kurt Busey isn't really involved. He is listed as curator, which means he doesn't actually write it. Instead, this is written by Alan Brunner, who has never written many comics, but by God, what he has written has been excellent. He wrote some great Batman stories. He wrote my favourite story with Dead Boy. And he did a comic called Batman Holy Terror before Hank Miller made talking about Batman Holy Terror impossible without having to state that you're not talking about the Hank Miller book where he had Batman invade another country and beat up Arabs for 9/11. Secondly, more importantly, I have read this. I read a scan and it was amazing. And seriously, this is the best comic Marvel have published in a decade. I wanted to share it with you so much that I paid quite a bit of money for this specific variant cover by the interior artist. It is worth it. I think this is a tremendous comic. And the interior art, as well as the cover, is by Jeremy Ordinary. And you had that thing recently where Simon Waltonson cannot get regular work because editors think that his art is too retro. And you could say the same thing about Jeremy Ordinary, but this is some of the best art of his career. This is honestly terrific artwork, and if there was even just one ongoing comic on the shelves that was actually catered to people like me who haven't liked Marvel output for a long time, if there was just one ongoing comic by Alan Brunner and Jeremy Ordinary like this, I would be fine with Marvel putting out absolute shit, because at least there would be one thing for me. It is not a retro comic. It's not art school. It evokes the style and stuff, but it stands up today as something on the shelves that is far denser and playing better than anything else Marvel is putting out. The rest of the Snapshots books, which nobody read because Marvel did 3 or 4 series at the same time, all named similar things that were based on Kurt Busey and Alec Rose's Marvels. The other books are not good. A lot of really heavy-handed politics in them. Most of them just feel like photocopies of Kurt Busey and Alec Rose's original. and none of them are anywhere even close to the pedestal, nay, the throne that this sits upon. I will review it later this week, but go and read it yourself before, and it's not one of those nostalgia baiting, pandering specials or mini-series that Marvel are doing now. It's not like Excellent Men Legends or that Avengers special by Roy Sternman and Ron Lee. It's not like that David Allen's Defenders series. It's not that Silver Surfman by Ron Marsgirl or Ben Reilly by Jim Tomato's one. It's not like the upcoming David Peter Captain Marbles, the real one Genevieve, the mini-series that they are doing, which I'm already working on excuses to buy and claim that I haven't broken my no more Marvel policy. Please go and read this. It's one of the best Seaman stories ever, and it is amazing. I am glad I got to talk about something positive before I show these two bonus comics, which are Jonathan Huckleberry's first Fantastic Four issue, and a Michael Bryan Benson comic, which is a true waste of the artist's talent and effort. So that's this all, and I would ask which comics you want me to review first, but it's obviously the two comics that I have already read and know that I didn't like. I want to read Flippin' Brothers in Arms, not the sort of crappy books that chased me away from new comics. I have got to punctuate this video with some sort of catchphrase I use, so I will leave you all with Ari.